and walked in behind him with my phone in my hand, already recording. Mr. Reeve walked down the aisles picking up normal groceries like a man with nothing to hide, and that made me angry. But then he walked into the dairy aisle and he grabbed a yellow 12-pack of True Moo and dropped it into his cart. My hands started shaking because I couldn't believe he was buying True Moo for my daughter, as if he were her dad. I wanted to slam him to the floor but stopped myself. After he paid for his groceries, I drove home knowing we had him. Back at home, I called 911 and told the dispatcher I had evidence that my daughter was being held in my neighbor's basement. She told me to stay in the house and that cops were on their way. Callie and I held our breaths until we heard the police knocking on our door. After I let them in, they took our statements and our phones for evidence and said a warrant would be ready tomorrow. Before leaving, they warned us to not go near Reeve's property. Callie and me felt so much relief at finally being believed, and soon we were all going to be reunited. But for now, we sat on the couch watching Reeve's house through the front window. Every hour that passed felt like another hour Ren was alone down there. Then the living room bulb started flickering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Callie covered her mouth and started sobbing since it was her first time seeing it. Seeing both my daughters hurting made me stand up ready to march to Reeve's house and bring my daughter home. But Callie grabbed my arms and pleaded, "Dad, you can't. If you go over there now, you'll go to jail and not him." She was right, so I took deep breaths to calm myself and then sat back down. The next morning, the cops, a detective, Callie and me were all at Reeve's front door, and when the detective knocked, Reeve opened the door looking confused. The detective held up the warrant. "Mr. Reeve, we have a warrant to search your home. Step aside, please." Reeve turned to me with a hurt look on his face. "Silas, you think Ren's here, but I've been helping you find her and praying for her." I cut him off, sick of his lies. "Save it. I know it was you in her doorway." He looked confused. "Silas? What doorway?" But he regained his composure and stepped aside. "Look anywhere you want, but she's not here." Callie coldly said, "We'll see about that, you creep." The cops spread out through the house, and we could hear doors opening and closing, and we'd hear cops shouting "clear" every few seconds. Dread filled my body at the possibility of Ren not being here. That's when Reeve put his hand on my shoulder. "Silas, you really think I'd do this? After everything?" I grabbed his hand and tightened my grip until he was in pain. "You really thought we wouldn't catch you? I wish I had killed you 2 years ago." He tried to free himself. "Silas, I care about Ren just as much as you." Callie screamed, "Shut up! Don't say her name!" Reeve flinched, and I finally let go. Then me and Callie followed the detective down to the basement, and I knew this was the only place left Ren could be in. Seeing the pink walls in person made me sick, but seeing an empty room made me sicker. The detective turned to me with her face softening. "Mr. Powell, she's not here." I shook my head fast. No, that's not possible. She's here. I know it." Callie cried. "She's supposed to be here." Reeve appeared in the basement, and he had tears in his eyes, and he suddenly looked like the kind neighbor who had been helping us, and I started to doubt myself. "Mr. Reeve, I'm so sorry. I really thought you were the man Ren. I'm so sorry." Mr. Reeve put his hand on my shoulder and squeezed gently. "Silas, it's okay, I'm not angry. You're just trying to bring your little girl home, and don't worry, I'll still help you look for her." My eyes filled with tears, and I went to hug him because he was still willing to help me after all this. But that's when we heard fast and frantic pounding somewhere behind the back wall, and I froze. Reeve looked scared now, and he talked faster. "That's the pipes. I've been meaning to call somebody about it." The detective put her hand on her holster. "Mr. Reeve, get on the ground now." But he bolted for the stairs while the detective yelled for someone upstairs to stop him.